So let's go through the pound dollar. Let's look at the news first. You know, Kim Hong and Scott has gone through in a lot of detail what could happen with the FOMC, the way the dollar index has been performing or could be performing as well. The main focus, looking here at the Forex Trading Asia economic calendar here, is that as we scroll up, being on Wednesday here, we just had the BOJ, not a big surprise there. Following on from that, the main focus is, I don't think we're going to see a lot of movements from now. I do hope that we see the movements, but we're not going to see a lot of movements from now till FOMC tomorrow morning or later tonight, where we have the rate statements, decision, and press conference to be released. At this point, you know, from what the guys were sharing, my view is that we could see some strength continuing on for the dollar for several reasons. One is that it looks like data might be a bit better. They might be a little bit more positive, despite saying that it's transitionary, despite saying that they want to see it being applied for the longer term. I think that there will be some positivity from this news. And also, with the questions in the chat, with the Evergrande problem happening right now, is that we could see that move towards reserve. Markets are dropping a little bit. We're seeing that strength to the US dollar. We're seeing some strength towards the yen as well. With that move towards reserve, this could amplify together with the FOMC news to be released later tonight or early tomorrow morning. But the main focus for the pound dollar, I think that all that movement is also going to be hinged upon, one, the PMI numbers for the UK. Manufacturing PMI expected to go from a 60.3 to a 59. Services PMI looking to move a little bit, but I'm not too keen. I don't think this will move too much. The main focus will be this at 1900 hours GMT +8. We do have the rates voting. I think that they're going to stay at an unchanged, but QE with it at 875 billion is probably going to stay at unchanged as well. But with no change coming from the BOE, this could actually signify some little bit of positivity, coming from the UK, coming from the Bank of England. From that, we do have no other news for the rest of the week for the UK. So what this actually could translate to in terms of the charts here, looking at the pound dollar on the H4 time frame, I think that we're likely to see, one, before everything happens, the FOMC news to be released at early tomorrow morning. So I think that we could actually see that dollar strength coming and being applied towards, for it to drop towards the 1.3588 support level. Same as what happened 4 weeks ago, where it came down to that support level before bouncing back up. I think this might actually repeat again. I think that we might see it sit across, drop a little bit. So sit across for today, drop because of the dollar strength, drop because of that move towards reserve. And then as we see the pound, the Bank of England news, that possible positivity coming around, I think that we could see it bounce off this support level back up towards that few resistance levels. So what I would be looking for here in this case will be for that drop, do nothing during that drop, but for it to react towards this 1.3588 support level. If it does react to this level, I could be looking for buying opportunities above 1.36. So looking for buying opportunities above 1.36, you'll be looking at a very tight stop loss of about 30 pips. First take profit level 60, next take profit level maybe 120. You're looking at a 1:2 and a 1:4 risk reward ratio towards that upside. So a lot of waiting before the news, to let it drop, that patience, that discipline, to let it drop first maybe that 50, 60 pips for it to bounce back up before looking for that buying opportunity back up towards that upside. And if we do see the pound dollar drop before bouncing back up, what's likely to happen here on the euro pound is that this will become a bit invalid, because if the pound dollar does drop, then we're likely to see the euro pound test higher. So this might actually be a better setup where it tests higher, break above the 8590 level before tracking back down again. So it's an inverse of the way the pound dollar is likely to move. With this inverse, you could have a better selling opportunity below 8585. You would have a very tight stop loss of previous high at about 20 pips, a take profit level of a good 40 pips. You're still looking at a 1:2 risk reward ratio for the downside back towards that 85.38 level. So with that said, I think that we are going to see a lot more volatility across all currency pairs, driven because of the uncertainty in the Chinese market because of Evergrande. We could see the uncertainty being applied because of a lot of movements in towards reserve and also towards that security. And with all that, if the central bankers do come up with any surprises, we're going to see volatility from that point. So my approach with the markets for now will be very short term, short to medium term. I would look to secure profits as quickly as I can before getting into another trade. Main thing right now is don't overexpose yourself in terms of number of trades. Don't overexpose yourself in terms of over expecting the potential profits. Realize the profit, close it out, and then reevaluate again. Keep it short, keep it sharp, make some money out of it. So with that, I'll pass it back to you.